vegetable curry.
You look really confused.
Yeah. I just ran back from the shop because I didn't have any cooking oil. Literally got in the door 2 minutes ago. I just walked in the door. Right, vegetable lentil curry, guys. Got 3 pans going on. I'm going to be doing my rice in this one. I'm going to be steaming off my butternut squash that was left over from the tagine we did the other night. So that was going to be steaming in this one. And then I'm going to do the bulk of the curry in this one. If I had a good amount of time and I'm just going to let this one bubble away on the top, I could let my butternut squash cook in the curry sauces. But obviously for the purpose of this, I'm just going to do it a little bit quicker. And it's also, it will take longer for that to cook than it will for these to cook, the lentils. Alright, so they could end up being a little bit mushy. It is a fairly mushy curry anyway, but you could really completely lose the shape of your lentils and it just becomes a seed. Right, so first things first, let's get the rice on. Right, let's get that going because we know the old brown rice takes a little bit longer than white rice. It takes about 20 to 25 minutes. I'm hoping to do all this within about half an hour. So, what are we at? Well, just past 6 o'clock, I should know that. We start at 6. So, unless it takes me 25 minutes to get into this rice, we should be alright.
Don't rip the bag, will you?
I always rip the bag, let's be honest.
Get some scissors.
No way. These bags aren't designed to be opened and resealed properly. anyone out there can show me how to open a bag of rice? Actually, I've not done too bad today. Oh no, I fucked it. Excuse me. Right, no, it's gone. Right, okay. So, rice going in. So enough to feed 4 people. I tend to go a little bit over so I can put that rice back and preserve some for lunch tomorrow. Right, Amy, season, there you go. Done. Rice, off you go. Right, kettle's already boiled, guys, so I'm just going to get my rice on. I'll season my rice. I'll get a little bit of salt into that. Let's give that a little wiggle. Oh, we're locked again. Hope everyone's had a good day. I'm still recovering from that glute band session this morning. That was horrendous. Really struggled with that this morning.
It wasn't that bad.
It was. Started writing programs today. We closed the doors to Plan X yesterday, so all all registration is closed on that. So I've just started banging out the training programs today. So that's good. Right. We're not doing that. We're doing the butternut squash next. I'm going to bring that up to the boil, bring that water up to the boil. I'm going to go, again, I've put half of butternut squash. I'm only going to go half of this butternut squash because it's massive. Alright, this will be interesting. Not too bad. Lovely. So what I'm going to do is take that to one side. Okay, and then with the spoon, I'm just going to take out my insides. Okay, you can keep those seeds, remember, if you wanted to roast them and use them for soups, stir fries, all those kind of things that we've been doing. You can sprinkle them on top, they're really good. But I'm just going to discard them today, I don't need them. So take out the insides of your butternut squash. So quite a high carb on this one today. Hannah's been out running. We've both trained this morning. I've been out on my bike. So we warrant those carbohydrates. Right, let's turn that down now to a simmer. Let's come up to the boil. So if you're thinking where the carbs are coming from, they're coming obviously from the rice, all the vegetables, the lentils themselves. Okay, so it's a good healthy meal, but it is high in carbs. It's not particularly high in protein. Lots of goodness in it. And we often do this one in the winter actually, don't we? A little winter dish. I think only one of the ingredients I've got in front of me, guys, that I didn't put on the list, and that's purely because I want to get it used up, is I'm going to whip some spinach into it. Alright, so if you've got anything to be used up, similar to that tagine dish that we did the other night, vegetable-wise, if you've got anything that you want to use up, get it in there. If you're a meat eater, we're not vegans, but I've had lots of requests to do vegan dishes. Probably none of those people that have requested will join in tonight, but we have had lots of requests. And I had lots of vegetables to use up, and we do tend to like curry one night a week, don't we?
Yeah.
So I thought we'd bear that out, but no reason why, you couldn't do this same curry, and add some chicken. I was talking to my business partner Ben just a minute ago, and he's like, yeah, not my cup of tea, need some meat, which is absolutely fine. Get some chicken into it, get some lamb into it, no problem. Lentils and meat can go together, no issue. Right, I'm going to go half again. Okay, then I'm just going to go down like so. And then what I'm going to do with that in a minute, okay, is cut it into cubes. Oh, excuse me, I almost had my fingers on that one. Let's go that way. Okay, I'm going to cut it into chunks like so. Alright, try and keep them all the same size. We should know the reasons for that by now. It all cooks equally. Okay. Any quizzes so far?
Not really.
Not really?
Coochie is on.
Coochie, I tell you what, he's been here, hasn't he?
He's like your super fan.
Yeah, I love it.
And actually, interestingly, sorry if I'm not pronouncing this correctly, but JC or Jackie says, I was recommended to watch your video by your mate Coochie.
Ah, awesome.
Looking forward to this recipe.
Lovely, good. Okay guys, so we're just knocking that into cubes. No, we don't need that bit. Let's do this. Lovely. Good. Boom, 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 boom. Nice work. Let's get those in. This is another one you could potentially do in a slow cooker. So another one you could potentially put on nice low heat, get it all in together, and then just do your rice when you've got home. Yeah, obviously the more you cook the vegetables, the more good you should cook out with them, but if you just left it on a nice slow, low simmer, that would be pretty cool. Right, so I'm going to get that onto the steam. Right, let's just get rid of all that. Right, now we're going to go with the base of the curry. Like we would a normal curry, we'll start with our onion, our pepper, our garlic, right, and then we'll start adding the vegetables systematically. Right, so we'll go onions, garlic, pepper first, then I'm just going to get 2 cups of that into a sieve. I'm just going to rinse them off, then we're going to get those in minutes. Alright, no longer than. Let's take the root of that one off. I'm going to take the outer bit of this onion off. He's looking a bit meh. Looking a bit meh, that one. Lovely. Okay, so hit session tomorrow morning with us, guys and the kids. Last one of the week. Big Friday. Well, they always tend to be a little bit harder come the end of the week. Tend to ramp them up as the week goes. Excuse me. Don't want to spread any coronavirus anywhere.
Well, you haven't got it, so that wouldn't be easy to do, would it?
Okay, humour me. Right.
Coochie would like a signed poster, please.
Signed poster? Alright, no worries. In fact, I think I've got
I'm sure you've got some,
I think
dude.
I've got an old LA Muscle magazine somewhere, mate, that I wrote an article for. I can sign that and send it your way.
Oh dear.
What about that calendar I did for Barclays Bank? That was a interesting evening.
I think we burnt it.
Why would you do that?
We needed to start the fire.
We use Jilly Cooper to start fires, do we?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so just fingers down through the onion. Okay, and then just dice, yeah? So I kept the root on, bum, bum, bum. Sorry, this is for Coochie's mate, because obviously if you haven't been watching, I'm kind of rattling through it and not talking through it. So what we did is just keep the fingers, so I keep the root on, just dice that into fingers, and then we just run down through, which gives us that nice dice. It's the easiest way to dice an onion. And then we take it right up to the root. Okay, so we hardly lose any. Okay, lovely jubbly. Hope you can understand my Jana accent. Okay, got one little bit of coconut oil left. So that's gone in. Let's get the heat on. The heat is on. Oh, Alexa. Alexa.
It messed up your video yesterday, didn't
Not
it?
had a player. Yes, got told off. It muted some of the videos. It didn't have the permission to play the music. Oh, whatever. Get over it.
You might have to resort to singing.
No. The heat is on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Right, so I'm just going to dice up that pepper. So again, all I did there was just take the lid off. Right, I pop the root out, get rid of that one. And then in and out. Lovely. Get rid of all it. You're going to use all your pepper, apart from the seeds and the white kind of piffy stuff inside. Get rid of that. Lovely jubbly. Okay, let's go down through. So we're going to dice this up into a similar kind of size to the onion. Just get a couple of bits there. Good, oil's just getting in the way. Lovely, and go through those. What are you doing to my butternut squash?
Just checking you had enough water in the bottom.
Yeah, I have put the steamer on without water before.
More than once.
Okay. Chefs make these mistakes now. You will, however, notice I've not been using the grill. Okay, diced me pepper up. That's going to go in there. Let's just get that oil move around, make sure it's covering the bottom of that pan. Lovely, and let's go onion, pepper. Oh, I don't like you. You can go out. Let's go in. In. Lovely. Okay, and I'm going to give that a nice move around with a spoon. Let's get it up a bit higher. Let's go to a 10. So I've got quite a high heat there, guys. Let's go garlic next. I did put in my ingredients, fresh ginger. I don't have any, and the shop didn't have any. So I've gone with the last little bit of what I've got in my crushed ginger. Not a problem, I'm still going to get the flavour from it. Hopefully all the shells and stuff start filling up a little bit more in a minute. Brown pasta, that's the hardest thing to get hold of.
Brody.
So nice slices, nice thin slices on the garlic. Nice, there we go. Beautiful. Any questions?
No questions. That needs to go down there.
Good. Let me spin. Okay, garlic's in, ginger's going in. So I'm just going to use up what I can. Yeah, so I said a thumb size. I'm probably going to get just under a teaspoonful there, but it'll be enough. Enough to give me that little bit of hit of ginger. Okay, that's in. Okay, what are we going to go with next? Let's have a look through our ingredients. Chilies, they're going to be on towards a bit later on. Let's get the green beans and the corn in next. Right, we'll go with the courgette and the spinach.
We have got not really a question, more of a comment.
Yeah.
Sadie's tuned in.
Hello Sadie, how are you, my lovely?
I'm cooking along with you tonight, but I'm swapping the lentils for chickpeas.
Oh, awesome, yeah. Yeah, good swap. Hey, see? As you learn that tonight, changing things like for like. Awesome. And probably a little bit more, I say probably, there is a little bit more protein in chickpeas per kind of gram than there is lentils, actually. Okay, so nice and small, so nice and thin on my, so similar sizes to my pepper on my run of beans. I only have 3 left, so I'm using them up. Like I said, guys, it's a great dish to kind of look through that fridge and go, right, what needs using up? Which I normally do on a Monday, but I've done it on a Monday and a Thursday this week. Those are almost out. That you can see they're not looking as lovely as they used to. However, I'll bring them back to life in the pan. So all I'm going to do with these ones is down in rings. Just get those in, get baby corn. Curry was actually started by the British Army whilst in India. And they used to, so I'm looking at like kind of, you know, just the fact that these baby corn are almost gone. It was for disguising. They used to use all the Indian spices and flavours to disguise gone off meat. That's what the chefs would do. Where the curry came from. Obviously, because the Indians actually, if you go to India, eat a lot differently to what the Indian curries that we get. Interesting fact for you.
Nathan Yardley wants to know, when are you coming round to mine to cook some scran?
Whenever the missus allows me, mate. Not my missus, your missus. Get him out. I was over in Talk Point actually yesterday, mate, delivering. I shared your Facebook thing last night, actually, mate. Your little video clip there and that was looking really cool, and some of the upholstery we're doing for the bands, mate, looking really cool. New premises here, that'd be cool. I'd like to see that. once it's all over. I've got a little bit of work to do on my van actually. It's not a great deal, but the leather seating's just pulling away a little bit. Man with your expertise.
And our out.
Oh,
and
yeah,
our
our outdoor seating area. I want some upholstery done for that. Your name came up on that, top of the list, mate, obviously. Right, next, let's get rid of some of our rubbish so we can just tidy up here a little bit. Let's just let that cook away. So have a little look in the pan in our hands. We've got onions, peppers, runner beans, garlic, ginger, and baby corn so far.
And butternut squash in there.
And butternut squash in the steamer. Loads and loads of goodness. I'll have a little tidy up, and then we will check our butternut squash. We will see how that's getting on. Let's take that down a little bit more. We'll see how that butternut squash is getting on. We don't want it to overcook. We don't want it to be too mushy. We don't want to be able to mash it. We just want to be able to pop a knife into it, and then for it to fall off the knife. It's going to continue to cook whilst it's in our curry in a minute. Okay, so let's have a look there. There we go. It won't hold on the knife. Beautiful. That's us. That.
Woo, it's hot.
Going in. Lovely. Beautiful. Okay. So, I'm going to get a cup. I'm going to turn that right down now. That's going away nicely. I'm going to get a cup to measure out 2 cups of lentils. Hello. So, proper cup, not a mug. And I'm going to go on a sieve. And all I'm going to do is just rinse them off.
I'm just going to do that a sec because I need to put my jumper on.
Camera lady's wrapped.
I'm cold.
Okay, so 1. Pop that in there. Lovely. And second one. You can obviously don't need to go as much. Yeah, if you're not cooking for as many people. 2. Right, so lentils in. Okay, I'm just going to rinse them through now. So all I'm simply going to do.
Becky Clark's watching,
Yeah.
and she says, "I so wish there was a smell-o-vision. It looks amazing."
Hannah, describe the smells.
It's not actually that fragrant at the moment because you haven't put any spices in yet. So a bit of garlic I can smell, but
Lentils in.
the rest hasn't gone in yet.
Okay. So let's get those flavours in there. We're going to go with a nice big heaped tablespoon. I have got a madras paste. Yeah, you can go with whatever flavour you particularly like. Here we've gone for a madras paste there tonight. Big heaped tablespoon of. Okay, next. Tin tomatoes. Going in. Lovely. Right, now I'm going to get that moving around, get that stirred up. Next thing I'm going to do then is get that courgette in there. Okay, so really mix it up, get those potatoes moving around. But butternut squash moving around.
Do you want that steamer left on?
Yes, because I'm going to use that water in a second for my stock.
Cool.
Okay, so there is a tin of tomatoes gone in. I'm just going to chop up my courgette. Let's get that in. We're just going to put that into quarters, similar to what we did last night. Or yeah, it was last night actually, wasn't it? This is my leftover courgette from last night. So just a little trick, guys. Just always have a look at what you're using. So the way I do it, not even just now for the purpose of you guys, but I actually do plan the week's meals. I tend to do it on a Sunday. Plan the week, so I know exactly what I'm getting. I don't end up going to the supermarket and buying loads of crap that I'm not going to use. Very little food wastage, and then I can make sure I cook enough so that we take for lunch. A few people on our online training program said, "Oh, you know, what about when I go back to work? What kind of foods do we eat?" Well, we don't necessarily eat a packed lunch in a traditional sense. We don't take sandwiches or crisps. I'm not to say that the kids don't for packed lunch every now and then, but generally we will make extra and eat what is left over. Pop it in a Tupperware pot. Most of these things can be eaten from cold if you haven't got the facilities to heat up. But I was still eating the lamb tagine today, left over. Didn't have it ready because it's in a bowl and a spoon. Lovely jubbly. Right, next.
Natalie Payne would like to know, where is the best place to buy the curry paste? These in particular you like, don't you?
Yeah, these are catering ones. Nat, you can go. I think you're in Plymouth now, aren't you? There is KW Brothers down out on Durnford Street. They do some really good stuff. Asian and they do all sorts of kind of Oriental type foods and pastes, and just kind of some of the flavours that you maybe wouldn't be able to necessarily get elsewhere. Some of the more obscure things, some of the supermarkets you won't be able to get, like white rice wine vinegar, or Thai basil is sometimes a little bit difficult to get hold of, but I find that's really good down there. They've got pretty much everything that you need.
A lot of the supermarkets do the pastes, but they're not always as...
They're not as
authentic, and they're not always...
as thick.
As condensed, are they?
If you look at that, if I go into that one, that is a proper paste. You know, it's proper thick. You know, I've had that for ages, keep it in the fridge, lovely jubbly. I won't tell the wife how long I've had it, but... Okay, I'm going to go now with my stock cube, vegetable stock. It's going to loosen that up a little bit, because that will thicken as it cooks, yeah, because the coconut milk will condense down. So let's go with my cube of stock. I'm going to go for 200 ml. It's not I'm not necessarily going to use it all. No, all the flavour is going to be coming from that curry paste. Now, however, I am adding a bit of turmeric because we have both been training quite hard this week, and I spent the evening last night with a massage gun, pretty much massaging my whole body. So I know I've got lots of inflammation in muscles and whatnot, so I am going to get some turmeric, which is a really good, I'm sure you've heard me say lots of times, really good natural anti-inflammatory. I'll pop that into the dish. Is that two?
Just about.
Lovely. So set that to one side. Let's stir that up. Okay. And then the lentils can cook in that little bit of broth as well. So 1 teaspoon of turmeric. I'll just give it a nice, it's looking quite red at the minute, that will just give it a little bit of a brighter, make it look a little bit more yellow. So the reason why I went for green pepper and the courgette and green beans as well was also just to bring a little bit more colour into it. You could go with carrots and things like that, but I've already got butternut squash, I've already got lentils, I've already got tinned tomatoes, so it could be a very, very red dish, which I've got no problem with that. But as like I said last night with the stir fry, just try to mix those colours up a little bit. Nice. Yeah, so I'm just going to stir that turmeric through, and then we'll get a little bit of that stock in there. Don't go with all of it. Yeah, always just test and adjust. Put a little bit in at a time. Probably wore the wrong colour t-shirt this evening for the curry. Right, a little bit of that.
Don't worry, you've got 25 other white t-shirts.
Hey, what are you on about? Got a tiny bit of coconut milk. I'm going to finish that off as well. Actually, I reserved that for a reason. Sure that's in there now. I was going to give that a little bit of a swell to finish. Never mind. It's Thursday. It's almost the end of the week. Lovely. So I'll let that cook away for about another 5 minutes. In the meantime, obviously,
Mr. Gray has just tuned in.
Well, not Mr. Gray.
Luke Gray.
Mr. Gray. How are you, Mr. Gray? Thought you meant Big Barry. How is Mr. Gray doing? Is he still keeping himself entertained with toilet rolls, or is he back at work now? Right, that's done. Let's get coriander to garnish, and it's my dish that I'm going to present first, so there'll have to be some chilli in there. Let's go with that big boy. So 2 garnishes, I'll just get those ready. Just at a slight angle, down through the chilli. Oh, not that big, my love. Oh, but looks so fun. Lovely, so I just put that to one side. Oh, I'm not so good with that one. Okay, let's have a little bit of coriander. Everyone will have a little bit of that. Okay, so I can pop that to one side. Okay, last thing that's going to go in this dish will be the spinach. It wasn't on the ingredients list, guys. However, I've got it to use. So if you've got any spinach that's looking like, oh yeah, it needs using, or it's almost out of date, yeah, it will wilt up into this very small little green slivers. You wouldn't even know it's in there, but you're going to get all that goodness from it. So if you have any, go and grab it now. Sadie, stuck it in. And then I go with a nice big handful. It will look like quite a lot at the beginning, but like I said, it will swell straight into nothing. Go on here. Let's check our rice then. In fact, no, let's not do that. Let's mix our spinach in first, then we'll check our rice. Go carefully now. Right, and as you're stirring it in, see what you think of your consistency. Is it a little bit too thick? If it's a little bit too loose, there's not a great deal you can do about it. You could add some more lentils, that would thicken it up. Some corn flour, but no real need to do so. However, if it's a little bit too thick, let's add a little bit more. You've still got about 100 ml of stock left, so there's no reason why you couldn't get that in. See how that spinach has pretty much disappeared into that distillate. The heat has just wilted the spinach leaves down. I mean, that is just packed with goodness. That is winter flu, man flu food.
Coronavirus food.
Coronavirus killing buster food. Yeah. Nice work. Okay, let's check that rice. Let's get that spoon a little wash off. Excuse me. Yeah, so I know it's almost done because my water's almost evaporated. Almost. Lovely. Let's call it 3 minutes, shall we? Let's call it 3 minutes. Rudy! Yeah. Could you come and lay the table for me, please?
Yes, I can.
Oh, thank you very much, my lovely. I'm going to go with...
Before you do that, shut the front door. There's a big draft coming in.
Well, you whispering, they can still hear you. Shut the door, Rudy. I'm going to go with
darling.
dish tonight. Ooh. I'm going to go with a deep grey dish, Hannah.
The bowl
Yes,
one, yeah?
So I'm going to go rice on the side, curry on the other side. Ooh.
Is that courgette
I can have
toasty?
that. I can have that.
Is that courgette toasty?
No, it's not. No courgette in this one, mate. No courgette. No.
Pepper.
Pepper. That's pepper, mate. That's carrot.
That.
Yeah,
That's
onion.
pickle.
Onion, pickle.
Yeah.
Yeah, lovely.
You love pickles, Brody.
Do we
Okay.
have spoons?
I think we could have spoons, Brady. Good idea. Well done. Thought about that all on your own. Cool, guys. So a couple of minutes. Decide whether I want to add any more liquid or not. Oh, I'm sat on the fence. I think it's looking all right. It's quite a nice kind of like. If any of you have had like a Dan sack, it's kind of that consistency.
Now it smells good, Becky.
No, it's awesome. Okay, all I am going to do though is check, taste my lentils, just make sure they're cooked off nicely. Yeah, really good. Really, really good. Heat's not too bad with that. If it was a little bit too much for you, remember you can add a little bit of sugar, maybe serve it with a little bit of yoghurt. If you've got more coconut milk, you could go with a little bit more coconut milk. You could always do that. Alright, one thing I'm going to do actually, just going to season that. Just looking nice. One thing, just taste it. I'm like, this is something. It's got a nice little kick to it. I'm going to go with a little season. I know I've used stock there tonight, so I don't normally use seasoning on stock, but maybe it's because I haven't used it all. It's just still, to me, telling me it just needs a little something. So we'll give that another stir around. We'll let that seasoning cook in for a minute, and then we'll give it another go. Okay, so yeah, we've hit training tomorrow morning. I can't remember what we're doing Saturday morning, Hans. What did we say on the schedule?
What's glutes today? Something with abs, wasn't it?
Was it abs? Was it?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Anyway, join us on tomorrow morning at 9:30. Join us again on Saturday morning at 9:30. Get your training done, smash it out, have a rest on Sunday, and then we're going to crack on next week with this as normal. Next week might be our last week. We'll see. We'll see how things are going. Outdoor training and that is now permitted. However, not completely decided what I want to do. I've quite enjoyed this whole kind of period, to be honest. And I've still got a garden to finish.
Natalie Payne said, abs, I'm sure. At least someone's on it, thank you. I think you're right.
But yeah, I think you are right. I think it was abs.
Maria Beresford's watching, or she was watching.
Good.
And she's just said, I'll watch this back. I'm loving the vegan option.
Yeah. I did think about Maria actually when I put this one up. She's one of probably 3 vegans I know. Bloody Netflix, got lots to answer for. Okay. I'm going to serve. So let's get rid of that. So give us a nice little bit of room. Let's go with that. So rice is done. We've evaporated all the water. Whoa, excuse me. Out of that. So tonight, guys, I've done the domed rice nut before. I'm going to do this similar to what I did with the tagine. Actually, I'm just going to place the rice up on the side. Okay, and then I'm going to put the curry up on the other side, and then I'm just going to dress it with some coriander and some chilli. And nice, maybe even like nice little bit. If you had limes, nice little squirt of lime would be nice to finish that off as well. So. I'm going to place that all up to one side, like so. Okay, so I've got 2 large ladles, which is about, I know, because I portion this kind of stuff out all the time for the prep food. That'll be between, that's actually, I reckon I'd say bang on 200 grams. Actually, now it's 200 grams. That's grain of rice. Here we go. Getting quite good at doing that by eye now. Right, let's get this in. Lovely. So nice and careful. In next to your rice. Make sure you get a big mixture of all of it. So you get a bit of butternut, you get a bit of spinach.
If you wanted to lower your carbs, could you ditch the rice because the lentils are?
100%.
Yeah.
Well, the whole kind of dish is very carb high, isn't it? You know,
yeah.
Vegetables. You know, people just forget it and they just think carbohydrates are, you know, your bread, pasta, rice. It's your fruit. It's your vegetables. They're all carbohydrates. You know, some are higher in carbohydrate concentrate per gram than others. Vegetables grown below the ground are higher in carbohydrates than, let's say, those grown above the ground generally. So a butternut squash compared to green beans, for instance. So yeah, that's a really good shout actually, Hannah. You could simply have that bowl, and you're going to do this now, aren't you?
Yeah.
Hannah's going to have it without the rice. So you could literally have that bowl with a spoon, no rice, crack on, you're done. Lovely. Right, let's go coriander. So I would normally do coriander here, and then looking at that dish now, I would do a little bit of red chilli on top. However, I only have green, so I will stick with what I've got. Little green chilli, lovely, lovely. Beautiful. I'm actually really looking forward to that, even though I'm a bit of a meat eater.
Another quick question, would sweet potato be nice?
Yeah.
Do you think swap for rice? Or...
No, I would swap the sweet potato for butternut squash. I wouldn't necessarily put butternut squash and sweet potato in, because actually once they're in that dish, you wouldn't really tell the difference.
No.
They're going to be quite similar consistency. The flavour's not that dissimilar, which is why I didn't put carrots in it. But yeah, so you, definitely sweet potato for the butternut squash. Guys, ultimately, vegetables generally could go lovely into that dish.
Yeah. And if you're trying to keep your carbs down, just ditch the rice altogether and bulk out with the vegetables.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Or if you are someone who likes their rice with a curry, like cauliflower rice, something like that.
Yeah.
Lovely. Okay, have a little look into that. I tell you, there's one thing I want to do. You're not really going to see it, but it's just something I want to finish it with. Just a little drizzle. Just going to give it that little shine on top of chili oil.
Lovely.
Because that's how I like it. There we go, guys. So real simple, vegan, lentil and vegetable curry. See you tomorrow morning for HIT, and see you again for abs, I know now, on Saturday. Have a good evening, guys. Take it easy.